So my carburetor finally came. This is the Chinese copy. This was only $13. Give you a good look at it. Looks good. This is the Nikki one. There are two carburetors that fit on this model engine, 28N707. One of them was the Nikki. The other Walboro one was tough to find and more expensive. They both work. They're both compatible with this engine. So I just got the Nikki. I don't want this fuel solenoid on here. So I've got an old Walboro one. It has a stripped jet nut right at the emulsion area. This one didn't come with an solenoid, so I don't want a solenoid. So I'm going to take this bolt and replace it with this solenoid. See if it'll fit. This thing also came with this bag. This bag came with a hose, gasket. I don't know what that is. I've never seen it before, but I'm thinking it's like a lever or something. Also came with some hose clamps and some attachments. I think it's for probably a manual choke or something like that, and that's the lever for the manual choke. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I'm going to take this nut off and see if it fits on here so I can delete the solenoid. And it fits perfectly. So now this carburetor I have will not use a solenoid. I'm going to put a fuel shutoff switch onto the fuel line. Anyway, so this is the solenoid. This valve opens and closes to allow fuel to go up the carburetor from power from the ignition. But this causes a lot of problems. A lot of people can't start their thing because either this gets jammed up or something and fuel doesn't get in. So solenoids actually cause a lot of problems. It's a anti-backfire mechanism, and basically, you know, if you just shut off your engine at low throttle, you're not going to have backfires. And so what if you have a backfire? Boom! Sounds good. While I was out here, I decided to paint my tailgate for my trailer, but it's flat black. I don't like flat black. So now I'm going to install this carburetor with the gasket right onto the intake manifold. Get the throttle linkages into the top there and secure it with the studs. So I've just fitted the choke into this one, small wire into the little hole there, big throttle linkage into this one, gaskets in there, fitted these long studs all the way through. Test and make sure by pushing the throttle, there you go, all the way. And choke closes all the way. Full throttle, low throttle. Just going to tighten the studs over here. And you know what? See the fuel line here? It doesn't bend into there, you know? That's not good. I forget how the other one worked that way. Well, you know what? They gave me a hose. I think the original carburetor has a 90-degree angle fuel input like that, so it just slipped on right there, which is probably why they gave me this hose here. See, this one has the bend so that it goes straight over there. This is cool. I'll just use the bend, right, and I'll attach a fuel shutoff switch. I'm going to do that now. And there you go. I got that 90-degree bend hose that they gave me. Attached the fuel shutoff over here. So now it's shut off. No fuel will flow to the carburetor. So you won't have overflowing of your carburetor if the needle sticks during inclement weather, when it's cold, whatever, and you got gas gummed up in there. And I tested this fuel filter. It's good flow, clean. This goes in here, and this awaits the, when I'm all done with all this stuff, I'll replace the fuel tank that goes right in here. And this thing goes on the bottom of it like that. That's for our fuel. So it's a gravity fed one. Just drips all the way in here, just like that. That's it. You know, that's installation of the carburetor. Later on, when everything's all sorted out, the air filter base goes on top of here. The breather tube inside the hole. Air filter goes on top there. Goes into here, and there are two nuts that secure it. Still can't start this today because my damn starter's not here yet. But that's a little bit of it just pieced together there. So we got the new carburetor for 13 bucks. That's a good deal, man. If this works well worth 13 bucks, you know what I'm saying? But throttle feels great, free flowing and smooth. Choke works good. Governor's nice too. You can use this later on to adjust, you know, your mixture, rich or lean. And that's it. We don't have to worry about the solenoid, which this original wire was for. It would go underneath the solenoid, but I'm going to delete this, take this wire all the way out. Don't need it. And we'll just wait for the starter. Hey, hey, hey. It's snowing in New York. Yeah, okay, so we've got some. Just got into my garage. We got about an inch. I haven't had any fun with my snowblowers this year, so with an inch, I guess I'll try this one. I gotta admit, this thing always starts up. Pretty amazed. Not bad. Bad at all. Single stage. So look what finally came today. Only took a freaking week, man. Brand new Briggs starter. This thing was cheap, 25 bucks. And it came in one of those medium flat rate boxes, so I know he paid $12.75 or $13 to ship it here. So, I mean, Jesus. He only netted like 13. How much did he get it for, you know? Would he make $1 off of it or something? Anyway, brand spanking new, man. So it's easy to install these starters. 2 Torx bolts right in there, just like that. It's supposed to ground itself from the bolts being inside the threads there into the engine block. So I'm going to install it now. Boom! Look, he split. Just like that. Here's the wire from the solenoid. Goes right on there. I'll route the wire behind the dipstick. Cletus U dipstick. Tighten it with a wrench. Crank it real quick to see if it works. Yeah! Spark. Good spark. Since we've got spark, we know that this magneto works fine. I'm going to now put the spark plug back in. Looks like the only thing left to do is to give it a try and see if it starts. Well, what do we need first? That's right, we need the gas tank installed. Got this gas tank all cleaned out. Going to connect it to that fuel line right there with the hose clamp. 2 bolts right there on the side. Fill it up with some gas and give her a go. And there you go. I'm going to put some gas in it now. Put some gas in there. And here we go, the moment of truth. See if this baby starts and runs. New carburetor, new starter. We got spark. We got ignition. You know, I'm pretty nervous. Here we go. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Choke. I gotta do from here. Almost. How about that? That the ignition key, the switch, works to start it, right? And it works to shut it off. I've got to adjust the fuel mixture over here and this throttle because it looked like it was the idling thing. You know, the carburetor needs to be adjusted since it's right out of the box. But how about that, guys, huh? Engine runs. Seems like it runs really well, too. so excited. Alright. Well, as you guys know, I picked this tractor up for 20 bucks. I'm into it for about $85. By the time I'm done with it all, I think that, you know, I'll probably spend another $10 or $15 or $20 on an ignition switch, and have to figure out the stator and all that stuff too, because remember, I think it might have fried. So we haven't connected the other wires yet in terms of getting to know if it charges the battery, whether the stator works. But it's good, man. We got the starter, brand new starter, brand new carb. Carb needs to be adjusted for it to run correctly. Magneto was replaced with an older one, and it works. Got good spark, runs well. Ignition switch works, but it's not going to be, that module is not going to fit into this little hole. You know what I mean? I could go out and spend $10 for a new ignition switch, but then I'd have to rewire the whole thing back into the original harness again. You know what I mean? That's kind of a pain. Or I could drill a big hole over here and just pop that module in. I'm thinking about just doing that, you know? Because remember, you've got to save money. $10 is $10. I don't want to be in this for like $150 at the end of the day, you know? That lowers your profit margin. And if part of the fun is to make it work, is to jig it so that it does work. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we got this thing started. Thanks for watching part 4 of my 1996 Craftsman lawn tractor. Stay tuned for buttoning up all the leftover stuff that I need to do. You know, the tins put back on, the hood, connecting the lights, making sure the the stator is charging, having the ignition back into that dash again, all that other jazz. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. If your company needs swag, check out Lanny at prologoware.com. Also, help me support the channel. Buy a sticker. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Follow my Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you fellas next time for the next episode.